I was talking to a beautiful woman, and she said, my eyes are up here. I said, yeah, but your breasts are down there. Apparently she was under the impression that I wanted to look at her eyes. Not the case. I want to look at them titties. Yeah, because they were impressive. They were. Her eyes actually were kind of crappy. And I thought she was trying to distract from how shitty her eyes were with all the cleavage, but turns out that wasn't the case. And that's how I got banned for life from the Center for Radical Feminism. A few days later, I was walking down the street. I saw the Center for Radical Meninism. Didn't go in there. Last thing is some guy to chew me out for staring at his sweet pecs. My wife, she hates that joke. She says, you're a 49-year-old man. You have 2 children. Do you really have to go on stage and say, them titties? And I said, well, I did originally plan on saying them breastises. Or them fun bags. I could also say them, what's another thing for tits? Thank you, that's a good one. And she says, are you really going to keep this in the act? I said, yeah, I think I am going to keep it in the act. And she goes, okay, well, we've been married about 20 years, so I think it's a little late in the game to get a divorce. So I'm just going to go over and play some games on my phone. I said, okay, honey. And that's how you have a long marriage. Takes a lot of games on your phone to deal with me. But I tell you, I am glad to have a marriage with a patient wife for a long time, because I wouldn't want to be a young guy today. You girls are dealing with these guys. They kind of seem a mess these days, right? You've got these young guys who are called incels. That's short for involuntarily celibate, if you've heard of that. And these are guys who can't get laid, you know? In my day, we called them nerds. But even then, you'd see a nerd every once in a while would score or something. You'd see a nerd holding a girl's hand. You're like, good for you, Poindexter. God love you. Don't know how he did it. Must have told her an especially funny math joke or something. But, even the nerds didn't give up like his incels down in their mother's basement, right? Speaking of incels, do you guys think there are any incels in prison? Because if there were, their name would have a cute double meaning. Don't you think? Now they think about it, if these wimps were in prison, they probably wouldn't be involuntarily celibate. They'd probably be involuntarily sexually active. Don't drop the soap, boys. Then you go over to Japan. It's even crazier. In Japan, they have all these guys who have given up on trying to date actual human women, and instead they're dating holograms, cartoon characters, even stuffed animals. And yeah, it's true. One guy, you can Google this, it's totally true. He spent $17,000, this idiot, on a wedding party to a cartoon character. His family did not attend. They didn't approve. And her family did not attend. They didn't exist. I did see a photo of the cartoon. Not that hot. Not that hot. But I'm more of a Bugs Bunny dressed in woman's clothing kind of guy. Tell me, do you think these guys in Japan look down on guys who aren't in relationships? You think they're like, God, I'd hate to be one of those lonely fuckers. I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't come home every night to my beautiful wife. The teapot from Beauty and the Beast. Tell you, that's one guy you don't want to live next door to. In the middle of the night, you hear funneling through the walls, oh, Mrs. Potts, I'm going to teabag you. Oh, Mrs. Potts, your tea is so hot. I'm adding the cream, Mrs. Potts. I'm adding the cream. Disgusting, right? Sorry, you're eating. That's disgusting, right? I'll tell you. And I hope this guy isn't saying that shit in front of her son, Chip. Because he's a stepfather now. He's got to think of the well-being of this cop, right? I will tell you, though, another reason I don't want to be young again is because I was a fat kid. And it wasn't fun being a fat kid. Especially because it was in the 80s when things were less PC. I remember there was another kid in my class by the name of Mike, and somehow it was decided that he was going to be called Mike, and I was going to be called Fat Mike. And that's what everyone called me. Even the teacher called me that. She'd be at the board like, yeah, who's got the answer? Yeah, Fat Mike. Miss Jones, do you think maybe you could just call me Mike? Oh, sweetie, I would, but we've got the other Mike. Right. Maybe call me something else? Something else. Obese Mike. That's not much better, Miss Jones. Boy, you are picky. Not with food, obviously. But names. Oh, I got it. How about Meatball Mike? Because you're round like one and you probably love to eat him, you fat little fuck. Miss Jones, Fat Mike is fine. All right, you guys, Fat Mike is out here.
Keep it going for Mike. What an hour.